Hello, this is Dr. C.L. Patil, Associate Professor, Department of English, CCAP ARS Inamdar Arts, Science and Commerce College, and PG Center for Women, Vijaypur. The Journey of the Mazai, a poem by T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot, one of the greatest modern English poet, was an American by birth, but an Englishman by adoption after becoming British subject in 1927. Though his parents descended from old New England, he established himself as a poet, a dramatist, a prose writer, and a critic, both in British and American literature. The present poem, The Journey of Mazai, is a three-stanza poem written by Eliot that explores the journey the three wise men took when following the star to Bethlehem, where the child Christ was born. The poem is based on an incident described in the Gospel by Saint Matthew 2. Here, the actual birth is historically evident, which is witnessed by the three Magi: Balthazar, king of Chaldea; Gaspar, king of Ethiopia; and Melchior, king of Nubia. Take on the secondary matrix of exploration, progress, and change, death of old faith and birth of the new. It is a metaphorical poem representing both birth and death, revival and spiritual rebirth. The incident of the three Magi's has been described in a realistic way, which indicates the journey is more metaphorically suggestive of the spiritual journey and progress of the soul. The stress is more on the process, outside, that is, outward and inward journeys that the humanity or an individual undertakes to accelerate spiritual regeneration. The poem also speaks about Eliot's old faith or faithlessness that is dead, and is journeying towards a new faith. He describes the terrible conditions through which the Magi navigated to meet the child Christ after his birth. The poem, in one way, is a dramatic monologue, and on a surface level, Eliot the poet in this poem is one of the Magi's, known singularly as Magus, who visited the baby Jesus shortly after the birth. The poem Journey of Magi opens with the confinement sermons of Langlet Andrews, preached in 1622, which describes the adversity, hardship Magi faced due to deep waves, sharp weather, melting snow, and aggressive conditions which were hard to fight. Quote, "A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year, the very dead of winter. The Magus admits that there was introspection promoted, for there were times we regretted, as they had given up materialistic gratification and sensuality of summer places on the slope and silken girls bringing sherbet. In addition, speculating whether it was worth that effort, their major issues of search was ignored, and the difficulties prevented them down with camel men cursing and grumbling, night fires going out, and villages dirty and charging high prices. And the Mazais confessed, a hard time we had of it. In other words, the Magus lists out all of the troubles he and his men faced on their way to the place where Christ was born. The weather was freezing, and there was hardly any food or shelter. Every time they came to a town, they were turned away. Even the camels were suffering. The Mazais now traveled all night, but faced painful moments of self-doubt, voices singing in our ears saying that this was all folly, before they ultimately reached a pleasant valley. The second half of the poem is full of symbolism, with the pleasant valley signifying the change in their lives and following the tough journey. They come across a running stream, illustrating the timelessness of their journey. Watermill beating the darkness, continuing the image of death and rebirth. Three trees signifying three crosses at cavalry. An old white horse, a metaphor for rebirth of Christ, the rescuer, and the defeat of paganism. Wine leaves over the lintel again signifies that Christ metamorphosed into his blood. Similarly, 6 hands at an open door dicing for piece of silver. Symbolically, it represents betrayal of Christ by Judas. And lastly, feet kicking empty wine skins is symbolically of the worn out forms and rituals of old dispensation. The Magus describes their destination as finding the place it was satisfactory. Such an intentional sarcasm and irony reflects the confusion and chaos in the minds of the Mazai as a result of the clash between their old dispensation and new belief. The later part of the poem depicts the psychological transformation in Mazai as they were caught in confusion and mystification and claimed that the birth was hard and bitter agony for us like death. The journey manifests the end of their old dispensation which did not give them satisfaction of faith, and for which the Magus claims, "I should be glad of another death." His intention is that he may be born into a new faith. To say the true impact of the journey and meeting come after the men have returned home. They are no longer the people they were before they set off to Bethlehem. The Magus states that he longs for a second death through which he is able to join God. The poem can be studied at three levels: the actual journey of the Magi, Eliot's journey from doubt to faith while his conversion to Anglican, and journey of an individual's soul to spiritual quest. In other words, the journey in the poem traces T.S. Eliot's own spiritual quest and his longing for sublime peace. The monologue reconfirms the universal truth that the brave and the dauntless who embark upon journeys with convictions are graced with divinity, but it is sensual desires and temptations that need to be overcome. To conclude, we can say that the journey of Magi is a document of Eliot's growing Christian faith, which finds its full expression also in his another poem, Ash Wednesday. Though Eliot believes in the incarnation, he remains physically present in a sinful world, the fallen world, the world of the here and now, in which we all live. Lastly, we can say that the poem touches on the journey of human quest for spiritual perfection, journey of human spirit and their endeavor, attempt for perfection. The poem conveys a message that we are all involved in the process of perfection of self. One can only reach this place of absolute satisfaction, says T.S. Eliot, is through death.